Okay, shall we continue then?
Yes, yes.
So in this genetics, you remember last time we had completed discussing about the chromosomal theory of inheritance. It's like when we did the discussion, we had discussed about what are chromosomes, its different types. Okay, we have discussed about something called autosomes and allosomes.
Yes.
Autosomes are also called the body chromosomes or the somatic chromosomes. Allosomes are also called as the sex chromosomes. Okay, the structure of each single chromosome, there is something called centromere. Okay, there is a
Uh,
construction. Okay, there is a,
yes.
we also saw the difference between X chromosome and the Y chromosome. Okay, all that we have completely discussed. Now the next part that we have to understand with respect to chromosome itself. Okay,
Yeah.
something called linkage and crossing over.
Yeah. Linkage and crossover.
Yes, in the beginning of this lesson, we had started discussing about something called genes and alleles.
Yes. Leave.
And we know very well by now that in a living cell, in the nucleus, there are chromosomes present which contains DNA, and each DNA contains many genes.
Yes. Correct.
So based on that, there is something called linked gene. Okay.
Link.
Okay. In order to make you understand this better or easily, tell me, you must be having some maybe one or more than one best friends in your life.
Yes.
It's like whatever happens in your life, you mostly share with your best friend.
Yes.
Or it's like if you are staying in a same area, then you might be going out together always. If you are from the same school or the same college, you always go together, come back together.
Yeah.
That means there is a close bond of friendship between two people.
Yes.
Similarly, in the genome also, there are two or more such genes which
Huh.
located on the same chromosome.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, located on
Okay. Got it.
same chromosome, and they are so close to each other that whenever the gamete formation takes place, where the chromosome number has to become half. Okay, and there is recombination that takes place, patching of meiosis, if you remember.
Zygote. Yes. Correct.
Yes.
Huh.
Okay. So in that patching stage of meiosis, under such situation, there are genes which generally don't get separated. They
Mm-hmm.
remain together and they inherit together.
Yes.
They are called as linked genes.
Linked genes.
Right?
Okay. Got it.
No separation between them mostly. Or it's a,
Okay.
if
Got
you,
it.
same philosophical way, if you correlate, to break the friendship between two very close friends is very difficult.
Yes.
You have your best friend, you have been knowing
Mm-hmm.
him for a long time, you are sharing
Mm-hmm.
things with your best friend for a long time, you have that bond of trust.
Yes.
Third person will come and tell you something very wrong about your best friend. Will you easily accept it?
No.
Of
Not
course.
at all.
The same thing will happen with your friend also
Yes.
because there is a trust factor. So in case of genetic, we are not of course calling it as a trust between the genes, but they are so bonded close to each other. They are present
Okay. Got
close
it.
to each other. And that's the reason they inherit together. So such genes are called linked genes.
Linked genes. Okay, got it. If we define करने को रहेगा तो what is linked genes?
Chromosomes are the genes have tendency to be inherit together.
Hmm.
See, if you ask for the definition, then for linked genes as such there is no definition, but you can just write the meanings. Like linked genes are those genes which have the tendency to be inherited together from a chromosome.
Inherited together from a chromosome.
Yeah.
Okay,
They are
got
present
it.
on the same
Oh,
chromosome
okay, got it.
and they have the
Yes.
tendency to be inherited together.
Okay, got it.
Tendency, this
Hmm.
phenomenon or the tendency for two or more genes which are present on the same chromosome that are inherited together, whose phenomenon को बोलते हैं linkage.
Linkage. Of course, yes.
Linked genes, linkage, easy. Okay, so this phenomenon, that is linkage, which happens, it was discovered in the case of plants by a person called Bateson and Punnett.
Okay.
Namaskar. In plants, it was discovered by Bateson
and Punnett.
and in animals, it was discovered by T.H. Morgan.
Oh, plants and animals के लिए अलग है?
सेल सेम phenomenon same है, but plants में किसी ने डिस्कवर किया, animals में किसी और ने डिस्कवर किया.
Okay, fine. T.H. Morgan.
Morgan. Please remember Morgan. I have seen students writing Morgan. Getting it? Okay, it is T.H. Morgan.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. See, it's like when you talk about this topic called genetics, it is not only for botany, only for animals. This is a general biology topic.
Yes.
बहुत सारे phenomenon है which takes place in plant cells as well as in animal cells. Phenomenon remain the same. Getting it? That's the reason this comes under something called general biology. But when there are people from plant sciences background or animal sciences background, when carry out their research, so people who are from animal sciences background, they prefer to study genetics in animal cells.
Okay, got it.
Animal cells पे काम किया. And some others who are from plant sciences background.
Got it. Yeah.
When you talk about this linkage, it is of two types: complete linkage and incomplete linkage.
Oh, yes.
अभी complete linkage का मतलब क्या है कि they are very closely located on the chromosome.
Very closely located.
Okay. And they don't separate. अच्छा ऐसा समझ लें, complete linkage means best friends. Incomplete means good friends.
Okay. Oh. Okay, ठीक है समझा.
ये एग्जाम में लिखना नहीं है, ठीक है? It's only for your understanding. So linkage means what? Closely located on the chromosome. They do not. Or there is no crossing over between them.
Okay, no crossing over.
Together. So complete genes are also called strongly linked genes.
Got it. Yes.
Did you understand?
Understood.
And the phenomenon is called complete linkage.
Yes.
Okay, so whenever there is a complete linkage, the parental traits are inherited in the offsprings fully.
Yes. Yes.
For example, in Drosophila, you remember this insect, Drosophila?
Yes, Drosophila. It's a 5 types.
Commonly, क्या बोलते हैं? What is Drosophila commonly known as?
Commonly known as.
I told you. Where are these insects found? Yeah, at home, wherever you keep your fruits.
Machar.
No. That is most. Wherever you keep your fruits and all, उसके ऊपर छोटे-छोटे insect मंडराते रहते हैं.
Oh yeah, those yes.
That is fruit fly. It's called as the fruit fly.
Fruit fly, yes, fruit fly.
It is different. Remember that.
Yes.
In this Drosophila, the males, they have an X chromosome. Okay, X chromosome of Drosophila males, they show complete linkage. Remember the example.
Okay.
Okay. Now talking about incomplete linkage.
Okay.
Complete linkage means in the same chromosome. I'll show you this a bit. See, if this is a chromosome, okay, so if one gene over here, another gene over here, okay, consider another example. There is a chromosome, one gene over here, another gene over here. Now, which one is
Okay.
completely linked and which one is incompletely linked?
The upper one is completely linked. The niche it is incomplete. Samjha.
So, because the one which is on the lower side, this second one, here the gene
Yes.
is located far away.
Yes.
So whenever there is
Weakly linked.
crossing over जब भी होगा recombination, तो इतना portion कट के it can get exchanged with another chromosome.
Yes. Of
So
course.
the genes have got separated.
Correct.
So
So
that's
incomplete.
weakly linked.
Weakly linked. Yes.
Got it? But here, because the genes are physically located very close,
Yes.
whenever recombination will take place, there is a very, very bleak chance that they will get separated. Or no chance at all that they will get separated.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, that's why these are strongly linked.
Okay. Got it.
Did you understand properly?
Yes. Yes. Understood.
Second one, incomplete linkage का example है Zea maize.
Yes.
Maize plant. Bhutta.
Hmm.
Okay, so here the color and the shape of the grain.
How
Two
is that an example?
color of the grain and shape of the grain. दोनों genes है अलग अलग. They show incomplete linkage. Okay, one gene for color of the grain, another gene for shape of the grain. Both of them
Oh, okay.
show
Okay.
incomplete
Got it.
linkage.
Okay. Got it.
They are on the same chromosome, but they are distantly located.
Got it.
Is the concept clear properly?
Clear. Clear.
Okay. Now, talking about something called linkage groups.
Linkage groups.
Now, it's like when we spoke about genes. Okay. It's like whenever recombination takes place, crossing over. Okay. So, there are some genes which are strongly linked and they don't separate. We call as completely linked genes.
Yes.
So now the number of or the set of all such genes which are completely linked, उसको बोलते हैं linkage groups.
Group. Yes. Yes.
Got
I
it?
know.
Or
Yeah.
simply speaking, linkage group का meaning क्या है बताएं? The haploid number of chromosomes in that organism.
Okay. Got it.
Or
Yes.
haploid number is the same as the number of the linkage groups.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, human beings का haploid number कितना है? सोच के बोल. What is the haploid number of human beings? Quick,
4.
verbally bold.
4.
How many chromosomes are there in the cell of human beings?
23.
Then, four कौन सा है?
23.
Yes. 23 is our haploid number. So simply speaking, we have in our cells 23 linkage groups.
Yes. Correct.
Now you understood?
Understood.
Okay, so it's like Drosophila melanogaster, that fruit fly. That one has 4 linkage groups. Okay, that means diploid number is 4 pairs.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Because diploid number है उतने linkage groups.
Yeah.
Similarly, the garden pea,
Garden pea.
7 linkage groups. Getting it?
Getting it.
Okay.
Chromosomes have 7.
Genes present on a single chromosome is said to form one linkage group.
Okay. Got it.
That's why what is the number of chromosomes in a haploid set is the number of the linkage groups. Easy to
Got
understand.
it. Yes. Easy to understand.
Moving ahead. Now the next part is something called, with respect to linkage itself, it is something called the sex linkage.
Sex linkage.
Okay. Now see, there are certain characters which are transmitted from one generation to the other only by the sex chromosomes.
Okay.
The chromosomes are not involved. Only the allosomes through which the characters are transmitted. So when you say
Allosome.
here, we are talking about human beings only.
Okay.
So for human beings, you know very well, the males have a XY sex chromosome.
Correct.
Females have
And
X.
female has the XX chromosome.
The remaining 22 pairs are same in all. Structurally same in all. Okay. So we are talking about the XX and the XY. So when the inheritance of the genes takes place from the X-linked or the Y-linked genes, that is called
correct.
inheritance.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so that is of three types. One is called X-linked. Other one is Y-linked, and third one XY-linked.
XY. Yes.
Three types of sex-linked inheritance.
Okay.
Okay. So
got it.
First one. See, यहाँ पे हमने देखा complete linkage. On sex lines, you have something called complete sex linkage.
Complete
sex linkage.
Okay.
What is that? If you recollect, we had studied the difference between the X chromosome and Y chromosome.
Oh yes, I totally yes.
X and the Y chromosome, both of them, a small portion which is homologous.
Homologous, yes.
It is having genes of the same type.
Same type.
In the non-homologous region of X and Y, there are the genes which are restricted only to a particular sex.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, recollect that and understand this complete sex linkage. Complete sex linkage means the genes which are located on non-homologous regions of X and Y.
Non-homologous, yes, correct.
The genes on the non-homologous portion of the X and Y will code for the characters which are only restricted to only males or only females.
Yes, correct. Got it.
Of the beard and the mustache.
Yes.
The gene responsible for that is on the non-homologous region of the Y chromosome.
Yes, correct. Got it.
That you can understand complete sex linkage. Because in the non-homologous region between X and Y, there cannot be any crossing over. They are unique genes. Because of maleness and femaleness.
Yes.
So such genes are complete sex linkage.
Got it.
Yes. So X-linked traits of them. Okay, like these are actually kind of disorders. You have hemophilia, color blindness, myopia. Y-linked में आएगा hypertrichosis, okay, ichthyosis, etc. We will see some of them later. Based on this, we'll do some also. Okay. Similarly, you have incomplete sex linkage. Now this is the homologous regions of X and Y.
Homologous regions of X and Y.
Y crossing over takes place between the homologous regions, but not non-homologous regions.
Correct.
And total color blindness. See the difference. Partial
incomplete बोलता है. Okay, got it.
Complete sex linkage. But color blindness is due to incomplete sex linkage.
Correct.
Okay. Then nephritis. Okay. Retinitis pigmentosa. All these examples you have to understand.
Okay, got it. Fine.
Main point क्या समझना है कि complete sex linkage is because of genes non-homologous region X and Y.
Yes, correct.
Complete sex linkage is because of genes located on the homologous regions of X and Y.
Got it.
Clear properly?
Clear.
Okay, now
Yes.
this crossing over is something you have already learned. You remember cell
Yeah.
division, meiosis, prophase 1, right? Patching stage. So इसमें main point
Yes.
रखना है कि there is interchanging and exchanging of corresponding segments between non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosomes.
Yeah, interchanging.
Shuffling of the genes.
Of the okay. Okay, I got it. Yes.
होमोलोगस
हाँ.
क्रोमोसोम्स हैं उसके नॉन सिस्टर क्रोमैटिड्स हैं उनके बीच
No
में
sister chromatin.
yes that's called
ठीक है.
crossover and that is the reason responsible for something called variations leading to evolution.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
तो जो टर्म है क्रॉसिंग ओवर दिस वाज फॉर फर्स्ट टाइम बाय कौन है इसका नाम
Morgan. नहीं, Morgan. Got it.
मॉर्गन
Yeah.
getting it
It's
his name is मॉर्गन ठीक है
yes.
अच्छी तरह समझा he is the one
Yes.
मॉर्गन या स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक है चेंज कर या मॉर्गन ओके चेंज इट इज मॉर्गन his full
Yes.
name was Thomas Hunt Morgan.
Oh, it is Thomas Hunt Morgan.
He was an American biologist and
Oh.
Morgan is very famous for his genetic experiments. He had carried out a lot of experiments on the fruit fly Drosophila.
Oh, that's
Okay, and he
okay.
was the one who established the chromosomal theory of heredity.
Oh, okay. Got it.
This linkage, sex linkage, crossing over, all these things were discovered by T.H. Morgan.
Morgan. Yes.
So
Got
his
it.
contribution to genetics has been very immense. बहुत कुछ पता चला. Get it? That's why he was awarded Nobel Prize 1933 in physiology and medicine. Because once you understand so many concepts in genetics, the understanding of this heredity becomes very interesting and very easy. Okay, now the question is, why did Morgan prefer only this insect? जैसे मेंडल ने सिर्फ pea plant लिया,
Exactly.
Morgan did use this insect that is a fruit fly.
Yeah.
Because see this, Drosophila is a small insect. It can be easily cultured in the laboratory.
Huh?
कोनिकल फ्लास्क में न्यूट्रिएंट मीडियम वगैरह देकर ड्रोसोफिला को ब्रीड कर सकते हैं. Even in my college, one of my colleagues had done it. Okay, you can actually culture Drosophila, breed it, and increase the population.
Oh.
Okay, its lifespan is not very big. पूरा lifespan insect का सिर्फ 2 weeks है. So you can get a population very fast. Because यार genetics में काम कर रहे हैं, तो you need the next generation as early as possible. So it becomes easy. Lifespan ही 2 weeks का है सिर्फ.
No. Okay, got it.
There's a high rate of reproduction for genetics experiments. That is very good. For considering all these reasons, Morgan thought this is the best insect on which I can work.
Okay.
मेंडल ने pea plant पे काम किया, मॉर्गन ने fruit fly पे काम किया.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so see this one cross. Okay, linkage and crossing over समझने के लिए. Okay, see this.
And this?
Cross one, उसको ध्यान से देख. ठीक है? Yellow, ये देख. Yellow bodied, white eyed female.
Yellow bodied, white eye. What is that?
Eye white color. ऐसा एक female. Yellow and white are the recessive ones.
Acha, okay. Now I get it. Yes.
And, sorry, not the recessive ones. They are one trait, yellow and white. And उसके साथ है wild type. And जो wild type है, that is brown bodied and red eyed.
Oh, okay, got it.
That is Y plus and W plus. Yellow and white को represent किया Y and W. Okay, and wild type को represent किया Y plus W plus.
Yes.
So here in this cross 1, you have yellow and white as one combination, yellow bodied, white eyed, and the other combination is the wild type. Okay, concentrate on
Yes, correct.
first. So that's a pattern
Yes.
combination. Observe the genes. These dark lines which are shown, they are the location of the genes on this chromosome.
Okay. Hmm.
So the F1 generation was produced from this.
F1 generation was produced.
This is the female parent. This is the male parent.
Okay, got it.
Right.
Yes.
So in दोनों के cross से when the F1 generation was produced, see what has happened to the combination. ये yellow.
Oh, okay, मेरे को समझा. Okay, I got it.
This one has gone to this side and the blue one has gone to this side. But
This side, yes.
phenotypically, the same parental type is observed. Okay, yellow, white. या फिर wild.
Okay, now I get it.
No
Yes.
parental combination 98.7% conserve हो गया.
Okay.
Yes.
Getting it.
The recombinant type was just 1.3%.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes, got it.
So when this same combination, ये F1 generation, जैसे मेंडल ने पी प्लांट का किया था, उसी तरह का ये experiment. From the
Experiments, yes.
when the selfie was done, F2 generation was seeing you are getting a combination wild yellow white as one combination. Okay, wild and yellow white as their combination, but very few of them
Okay, got it.
recombinant ones, brown white, yellow red. Okay, brown white and yellow red.
Okay, got it. Yes, now I get it.
But compared to this, see the second cross.
Okay, second cross.
You can see parental combination as white and miniature. And the other
Oh,
type.
okay.
But ध्यान से देख this part. See the distance between the genes in these two. And distance between the genes over here. Can you see the difference?
Yes.
Distance between the genes, I'm telling, those black lines.
Okay, got it. Yes.
This one. And here also. Can you see the difference?
Yes, I can.
That means between cross 1 and cross 2, cross 1 genes हैं parents के, they are strongly linked.
Correct.
And cross 2 के genes जो है, they are incompletely linked.
Yes.
That's the reason.
Of course.
Notice the difference in the percentage between the first cross and the second cross.
Oh, got it. Yes, I got it.
These are located far away. That's why the combination was conserved less compared to the first cross.
Okay, got it.
It was 8.7% as the parental type because they were totally linked.
Yes.
But here it
Got
was
it.
62.8%. And there were more recombinant types produced.
ठीक है. Okay.
You can see even in the F2 generation.
Okay, got it.
Notice that?
Yes.
Okay. So that
ठीक है. Okay, got it.
here, that between cross 1 and cross 2, what is the output you are able to see as a difference? So this percentage is telling you everything because the genes present on the chromosomes are either closely located like this or far away located like this.
Or farly located. Yes, correct.
Now is that clear?
Clear.
Any doubt in linkage and crossing over?
No doubt.
Now we now go to the next part, that is something called autosomal inheritance.
Autosomal inheritance.
I already told you what are autosomes. They are simply called chromosomes or the body chromosomes.
Yes, correct.
All those chromosomes apart from the allosomes or the sex chromosomes.
Allosome, yes.
Okay. So in human beings, we have totally 3 pairs of chromosomes, out of which the first 22 pairs are the autosomes.
Yes, correct.
22 pairs or 44 chromosomes as autosomes.
Okay, ठीक है. Got it.
Those characters which are not associated with any particular sex, then they are character controlled by autosomes.
हाँ.
It's like the color of the skin, the height of the individual, the shape of the eyes, all such
Okay, got it. Yes, I got it. Yes.
traits because they are irrespective
Okay.
of gender. Getting it? And the transmission of such characters from parent to the offspring is called autosomal inheritance.
Autosomes. Yes, correct. Got it.
Okay. Now, when it comes to inheritance by autosomes, there are two ways in which the characters are influenced, either by dominant genes or by recessive.
Or by recessive genes. Yes.
There are both the types of genes present on the autosomes.
Okay.
When the inheritance is affected due to autosomal dominant traits, then there can be conditions like, if we cannot call it every time as a disease or something, it's a condition.
Okay, ठीक है.
Autosomal
Okay.
dominant traits लिखा हुआ है. So you have widows,
Oh, अच्छा समझा मेरे को. Yes.
disease, etc. Sometimes disease, sometimes just alternate trait.
Okay, got it.
The other one is autosomal recessive traits. Recessiveness में आएगा phenylketonuria, cystic fibrosis, and sickle cell anemia.
What? Okay, got it.
We'll see some of them.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay, so let us take a look at the first one. जैसे autosomal dominant में क्या आएगा? Example दिया है widow's peak. So what is this widow's peak? Of all, see, on the above the forehead we have the hair.
Correct.
Hair in the center portion of the forehead above the eyes, you can see the small tape formation.
Yes, I can.
Called as the widow's peak.
Oh, उसको widow's peak बोलता है. Okay.
Some others they don't have it.
Okay. Yes.
And it is naturally formed. That is determined by an autosomal dominant gene.
Dominant gene.
Once it is dominant, according to Mendel's principles, this will be represented or will be expressed if the condition is either homozygous dominant or heterozygous dominant. Because in heterozygous, the dominant will be expressed. And
correct. Yes.
What you can say represented by the letter W.
Okay, got it.
People who have a recessive condition, small w, they do not express or show this phenotype called widow's peak.
Okay, got it.
Just a small projection on the hairline on the forehead. So that is why it is not restricted to any particular sex. This is both males and females.
Okay, got it.
Do you understand this? Widow's
yes, understood.
Okay.
Widow's peak. Yes.
Now another one. Okay, first example we have seen for autosomal dominant. Now the other example is autosomal recessive.
Autosomal recessive, yes.
It's a metabolic disorder. Phenylketonuria.
Yes.
Pronounce that.
PKU.
PKU. Phenylketonuria. Bol.
Ketonuria. Phenylketonuria. Nuria.
In this condition, what happens is that an enzyme called phenylalanine hydroxylase.
Hydroxylase?
It is normally produced. In this condition, it is not produced.
Okay.
Okay, so whenever genes responsible for this are present in homozygous recessive condition, then this enzyme is not produced. And what is the enzyme? This enzyme phenylalanine hydroxylase is necessary to convert this amino acid phenylalanine into tyrosine.
Oh, okay, got it. Yes.
It's converted into another amino acid for tyrosine in the presence of the enzyme phenylalanine hydroxylase. So when this condition occurs in an individual due to homozygous recessive genes, this conversion does not. Okay. When this conversion does
Yes.
take place, there is accumulation of phenylalanine in the blood.
Yes.
Phenylalanine and its derivative compounds, they accumulate in the blood as well as something called
Hmm.
spinal fluid, CSF.
CSH. Okay. ठीक है. समझा.
Spinal fluid means inside our brain and the spinal cord. We'll study that in the control and coordination. But inside our brain
Control and coordination.
and cord, there are small canals present, which are called ventricles.
Canals.
Those ventricles
अच्छा. Okay.
inside. उसको cerebrospinal.
Okay.
So when the accumulation of this phenylalanine takes place in this portion,
Hmm.
development of the brain is affected and there is mental retardation.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, and there is more amount of phenylalanine present in the brain. That's why large amount of it is also excreted in the urine.
Yes. Correct.
This disease is called phenylketonuria. The last four words are urea, means urine.
Okay. Got it.
Phenylalanine is excreted in the urine. You understood the reason properly?
Understood.
Okay, so the main reason for that is because of recessive genes in homozygous condition responsible for it.
Okay. Got it.
It's an inborn metabolic disorder. Okay?
Involved.
The first one was a morphological trait. See, widows speak, whether it is present or not. It is not any disease.
हाँ.
It is just one alternative trait. It's like whether you have a straight hair or a curly hair. It doesn't mean that
Yes.
you are suffering from something. It's just
Yes. Correct.
correct? Yes, but phenyl
Yes.
is actually a disorder. So you have to use the correct words. Okay, every time it's not
Okay.
a
ठीक है.
disorder, every time it is not a disease, and sometimes trait.
Okay. Got it.
Correct words use करना. ठीक है?
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
that was about autosomal inheritance. We have seen one example.
Inheritance.
Autosomal dominant,
Yes.
autosomal recessive.
Okay. Yes.
Now we have to talk about sex-linked inheritance. Okay,
Oh, हाँ. Correct. Yes.
genes which are present on the non-homologous region of the sex chromosomes.
Non-homologous region of the sex chromosome.
Chromosome you recollect?
Yes. Now I remember. Yes. Yes.
Non-homologous regions, which is restricted to
Yes.
the sex. So gene inheritance, that is called sex-linked inheritance. Okay?
Okay. ठीक है. Okay. Got it.
In that, first we will see X-linked genes.
X-linked genes.
Okay, so what I will first we will talk about red-green color blindness directly. Okay,
क्या क्या क्या?
red-green color blindness करके जो है, first I will show you that.
Oh yes, correct. Yeah, you were telling. Oh yes.
See. Now, here color blindness is one example we are talking. So that is applicable
हाँ.
for human beings, right? So
Yes.
you know very well. In the case of females, okay, let's talk about males first. In the case of
Okay.
males, human beings, okay, you know very well, we are talking about sex-linked inheritance, so we are not talking about the 44 autosomes that you are keeping aside.
Okay, ठीक है.
अभी हम लोग
ठीक है.
के बारे में बोल रहे हैं. In the males, you know very well, there is XY combination.
Yes.
Correct. The color blind
Yes.
gene, we are talking about color blindness as an example. The color blindness
हाँ.
gene is present on the non-homologous region of the X chromosome.
X chromosome. Yes, correct.
Okay, तो ये याद रखना, color blindness का जो gene है, that is present non-homologous region of X chromosome.
X chromosome. Yes.
As C, capital C.
Okay.
Okay, males में क्या क्या combination possible है? Males can be, see, Y will remain as it is always, at least when you are talking.
Yes.
So males can have capital C wala X and Y. That means this male is completely normal.
Okay, ठीक है. Got it.
color blindness basically होता है, this example specifically called as red green color blindness. Okay, so
Okay, yes.
color blindness, when you say, it means the person is not able to distinguish between red and green colors.
Okay, ठीक है, got it.
Structure of the human eye, there is
हाँ.
retina in our eye, which is there at
Yes.
the eyeball.
Mm-hmm.
Simple language, so that is the screen of the eye on which the image
Yes, correct.
that we see is formed.
Okay, yes.
Retina, there are certain cells which are known as the cone cells.
Yes, correct.
Are called cone cells present, and the cone cells produce a pigment which is called rhodopsin.
So wait, can you explain again? I'm getting confused.
See, this is the eye, suppose.
Yes, correct.
Study that control and coordination में पूरा डिटेल में देखेंगे. अभी के लिए just retina समझ. Okay.
Okay, ठीक है.
Portion of your eye.
हाँ.
This back portion of the eye is called the retina. ये वाला.
Okay, yes.
Okay. यहाँ से
Oh, ठीक है. हाँ, ये मेरे को पता है. Yes.
Optic nerves connected to the brain.
हाँ.
On the retina, there are something called cone cells present.
Yes, correct.
Cells, rod cells and cone cells present on the retina. So retina,
Yes.
cone cells present hai, they produce a certain pigment because of which you are able to distinguish between different colors. Cone cells. Okay?
Oh yes, I've learned about it. Yes.
So you are correlating that with color blindness. So red, green
हाँ,
color,
ठीक है.
the cone cells are not able to produce that pigment, because of which partially you are not able to distinguish between red and green colors.
Okay, got it.
Red and green के बदले ग्रे जैसा नजर आएगा.
Okay, ठीक
That
है.
is called red green color blindness.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Oh, अच्छा मेरे को समझा. Okay, got it.
इसमें क्या है XY and X with a dominant allele for color blindness which means that the person is completely normal.
Okay. Oh, okay, got it.
Okay. The other
Yes.
possibility is again male is XY. So the male recessive allele C. When you write, please show that capital C, small c very distinctly.
Okay, ठीक है. Yes.
ठीक है. So when the recessive allele for the color blindness is present, then the male is said to be suffering from color blindness.
Okay. Okay, got it.
Males में color blindness का red green color blindness का ये दो possibility है.
Okay. Yes.
Males और females में कैसा है? Females have XX as the sex chromosome.
Yes, correct.
दोनों X chromosome में color blindness का allele है.
हाँ, correct है.
तो females में कैसा होगा? If both the X chromosome have the dominant allele for color blindness on it, homozygous dominant.
समझा नहीं. Oh, okay, now I get it. Okay, yes, I got it. Yes.
Then the female is said to be completely normal.
Okay, got it.
Okay. दूसरा ऑप्शन क्या है?
Yes.
Again XX. So heterozygous condition.
Okay, got it.
Getting it? If the female is
Yes.
heterozygous for the allele gene for color blindness, then the what can be the I can tell?
हाँ.
Phenotype क्या होगा? Will the
समझा नहीं.
normal या infected with color blindness?
Normally.
The female is heterozygous for the color blindness allele, as you can see. So in such
Yes.
case, will the female be phenotypically normal or will the female be suffering from color blindness? क्या होगा बता?
Will be normal.
The female will be normal.
Yes.
The female is not suffering from color blindness, but
Yes, correct.
female is a carrier.
How is she a carrier? Acha, yes. So, yes, correct.
The
So
first
it makes sense.
female is normal, but completely normal,
Yes.
not even a carrier.
Yes.
Carrier
And a carrier.
the female is having the allele for color blindness. So there is a
Yes.
that this allele can be transferred to the next generation.
Yes.
That's why this female is called.
Okay. I got it.
And the third condition is again X, where it is
Again.
recessive and homozygous.
Okay.
In
Got
such
it.
case, the female will be what?
Normal.
कैसे normal? Recessive में क्या हो रहा है?
Recessive बोला. Recessive में it is
इधर देख ना क्या?
colorblind.
Recessive means the female would be
Colorblind.
now are you getting it?
Yes, I'm getting it now.
Understood the probability and the possibility of the genotypes and the respective
Yes.
types in males and females.
Yes. Understood.
So if you understood properly, tell me the answer to one question. Why males cannot be carriers for color blindness?
Just because
This is a very important
why may there's a
answer.
just
With respect
because
to color blindness, why males cannot be carriers? Why only female is a carrier? Bolo.
because I know the answer, but I don't know how to say it.
You should learn that. Bol.
अब मैं कैसे बोलूं? I know the answer, sir, but I don't know how to say it.
How to express it? Come on, bol.
Because okay, fine. Let me try at least. Why males cannot have color blindness? Because cannot be the carriers because.
My question. I
Okay,
asked.
no, wait. I'm getting confused.
Yes.
Yes.
Is the colorblind?
Sir, you only answer. I don't know how to answer it. I know the answer, but.
I want you to answer. Come on, quick.
Sir, I'm trying.
Jaldi.
Try you answer. Because male. Wait. Let me try. Because they can't be yes, you're right. Can't be a carrier because. Sir, how can I?
Quick.
Pass.
Not pass. Yes. Here I am told about the female. That the female can be a carrier also.
Yes.
Carrier कब होगा? When the female has got heterozygous condition for color blindness.
Yes, correct.
Capital
Yes, you're right.
C. Can such a heterozygous condition be possible in a male?
That's yes. Yeah. No, that's not possible.
Males में heterozygous हो सकता है क्या? Tell me yes or no.
नहीं.
Why?
No.
Why?
Just because उसमें
Answer. Males cannot be heterozygous for color blindness.
yes, correct. Males cannot be heterozygous.
Why? एक sentence का answer है. Quick. Why males cannot be heterozygous for color blindness? अरे हेट्रोजाइगस होने के लिए दोनों सेम जीन्स चाहिए कि नहीं? मेल्स में सेम है क्या दोनों?
Oh yes, yes, you're right. Yes.
In the
yes.
The two genes itself are different. There is no question.
Yes, correct.
Homozygous or homozygous.
Genes, correct. Genes.
X and Y दो अलग genes है ना?
हाँ, correct. Yes.
ऐसा है दोनों same है X and X.
Yes.
Isn't this is possible?
Correct.
Either homozygous or this homozygous or heterozygous.
Yes.
But
correct.
It is either X with a dominant C or X with a recessive C. Is there any other possibility? यहाँ पे actually Y
No,
का.
there is no other possibility.
Now is it clear?
Yes, it is clear. Oh, it's simple. Okay, fine. I could have answered it.
Chromosomes in males, they are said to be hemizygous. We don't call it homozygous. Homozygous. We call it hemizygous because the two genes are itself are different.
Yes, you're right.
Have you understood?
Understood.
So that's why the pattern of the red-green color blindness inheritance I have shown you. Any doubts?
No doubt.
And the same principle, same phenomenon applies for a condition called hemophilia.
Hemophilia.
There is another disease or a condition or order you can say which is called hemophilia. We can split it up into words. Hemo stands for blood. Philia means.
Okay, yes, now I get it.
So when you say hemophilia, it is also called bleeder's disease.
Bleeders?
Bleeder's disease. Normally, when any person bleeds, अभी चोट लग जाते हैं, wound आ जाते हैं, bleeding होते हैं. So normally what happens after some period of time, there is a clot which is formed.
Yes, correct.
There is a clot which is formed. Okay. Bleeding को रोक देता है, blood loss को reduce करते हैं.
Yes, yes.
People who are suffering from hemophilia, which is a genetic disorder having sex-linked inheritance, in this hemophilia, the clotting is either delayed or it doesn't happen.
Oh, okay, got it.
Okay. So there is a lot of blood loss going on.
Okay.
So the gene for hemophilia is the allele for hemophilia is again like on the X chromosome, just like that for color blindness.
Okay, got it.
We represent it by capital H and small h.
Capital H and small h. Okay, got it.
Capital C, small c denote करके normal or carrier or color blind बताया था. Same way we can also call normal or carrier for hemophilia or totally hemophilic. Instead of the small c, if I write small h, the person is hemophilic.
Okay, got it.
If it is capital H and small h, we call it normal but carrier for hemophilic.
Okay, got it.
H or capital H अगर लिखते हैं, so the person is completely normal.
Okay, got it.
In case of males, again, if it is a capital H,
Oh, sometimes.
normal. If it is a small h, the person is hemophilic.
Yes. Smallest hemophilia.
Hemophilia is also called as the royal disease.
Okay. Royal disease.
रॉयल डिसीज बिकॉज एलिजाबेथ के जो फैमिली है ना के फैमिली में भी ये एलील चल रही है, ट्रेट चल रहा है. There are
Okay,
people
got it.
who are carriers, and because they are the royal family, that's why उनको हम लोग heroid disease करके बोलते हैं.
अच्छा, okay, ठीक है.
So
Got it.
understood the pattern of color blindness and hemophilia.
Yes,
So let's
perfectly.
quickly take it down. Then I'll give you a problem to solve.
Okay, fine. I'll take it down. Should I take a screen? No, no. I'll take it down. Smile. Okay, done.
Shall I erase all?
Yes, erase it. Continue.
Okay. Now take down quickly.
Okay.
You will write the problem and you will solve it on your own based on
Oh
color.
my God.
Yeah. ठीक है?
Okay, ठीक है. Yes. I'll try.
Take down the question.
Okay, yes. Acha, okay. Okay.
Understood the question? Solve it.
Yes, understood.
Quick.
Okay, fine.
Who is colorblind marries a woman who is a carrier? What percentage of the children born to them would be phenotypically normal?
This is. Oh, I understood. A carrier and a color man miss अच्छा ठीक है. Okay, I got it.
Quick. As you know, in order to solve such process, the first required thing is, what are you supposed to make? So now based on the question that is given, create the genotype of the parents, make the gametes, make the carry out the cross, and from the F1 generation, try and find out what is the answer to this. Okay, so this answer, and there are problems based on hemophilia, as well as there is something on Hollandric genes also we have to see, that will complete the sex-linked inheritance. Okay, so that part we will discuss and conclude in the next session, and we will also complete the remaining part of the lesson also in the next session. Okay, make sure that you're solving this, and we'll do more such problems in the next session. Okay, I hope everything has been understood very clearly till now. Okay, see you. Bye. Good night.